Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Catalina Ladder Edition, where we have ourselves a clan match by the looks of it in the top position, playing for the finest of Sundsvall. This is our light blue Zerg, Cabrera. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand side is only slightly further to the right, but definitely a lot further down, from Sundsvall's finest. It is Granis. So, we're going to see, I think, an interesting replay. These guys know each other well. We're going to see potentially some kind of shenanigans, but they're going to be playing on what each other expects. So if they're... I suppose we could end up with some really some things. People asking about playing practice games later. I might do. It depends how I feel, and also depends on a couple of other things that I don't really want to go into on stream. But for the moment, we're looking at fairly standard opener from our Terran player. Granis going for the wall in because it's up against a Zerg and nothing ruins your life like suddenly run by. Suddenly a Zergling is never a thing you want to hear said. On the other side, however, we're looking at drones so hard, so it's entirely possible we'll see a 15 hatch, possibly 16 hatch, but I'm expecting 15 hatch. And then just like a pool. Oh, yep. Oh, a 15 pool. Okay. That's a surprise. One of the things that you can do as a Zerg player these days is actually just go straight for the hatch first, because there's very little a Terran player can do to punish you for it. Yes, they can come up with all sorts of things, but the fastest attack they can get to you, really, unless they go 888, the fastest standard attack hits at about the same time as your Queen's if you go hatch first. So the fact that Cabrera is going pool first implies there's some sort of cheese expected, some sort of thing. I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see. But standard opener for standard players. Slightly less gas than I would have expected. But that does just mean that the gas probably came down at enough time to be ready. And now Granis has the ability to... Oh, scouted. Did he see the gas? No! Ooh, that could hurt Cabrera more than he realizes if he doesn't realize there's a gas expand. Either that or he cares not and is going for some kind of speedling pressure. Oh, except he has no gas. So there's some kind of Zergling pressure. I don't know, man. I don't know, Kev. I don't know. But Cabrera, a little bit supply blocked. Trying to get up that base, that buttery biscuit base. This is one of the times that being a Terran is really advantageous because it means that you have a little bit of extra supply because that's how your base works. The problem with it for Cabrera is actually he needs this Queen out super fast, and actually it's entirely possible we may end up seeing some kind of bunker-related pressure from our Terran player, so it's something that Cabrera needs to keep an eye on, and Granis might bunker rush him. Thing is, if he bunker rushes him underneath the... Oh, actually, there's no links being made at all. That Queen is literally the only defense. And the bunker rush is real. I don't know if I like that. I don't think that might be the... I don't know. We'll have to see. The thing is, the Reaper can escape back to that bunker. And if Cabrera hasn't seen it, he could be in a world of hurt. He needs to respond to that now, if he's gonna. I think it might be too late, though. He doesn't seem to have... maybe? The thing is, the Reaper's only got a range of 5, and the Queen's got a range of 7. So even with the extra range... Oh, no, it's only range 5 on the ground. Oh, snap. Snap. Needs to get out of there. No! What are you doing? And this is how you beat a bunker rush, apparently. This is why he was going after the worker. The Reaper's being chased away for now. Thing is, the Reapers can just go into the main. There's no Queen there to defend the main at all. That said, the Reapers are tied up attacking this third, which they're perfectly fine to do. They'll take a million years to kill that. But yeah. The base is up. The Reapers are doing... Ooh. 12 damage a volley. Which, given that they do 8 damage each, is not unexpected. The thing is... The Speedlings, the Lings are going to be on their way over to defend this. And actually they might be able to do quite a good job of it. Especially if Granis isn't watching. The surround is real. Oh, one Reaper goes down like a brick. The thing is, all that needs to happen now is a Queen to be put on this base before the Reaper realizes that it's basically uncontested. And no, the Reaper looks like it's going to run away. The Terran player finally getting his natural down and getting a factory up. The thing is, this puts him sizably behind, actually, if the Zerg player decides to just go ham on the drones, which it looks like he might be doing. Yeah, and pulling the drones, by the way, pulling the drones back to this base is a sensible thing. There's not enough Queen presence to be able to get to this third base and defend it at the moment. So Granis putting down this super sudden wall because it turns out he has to. But the Zerg has a much better army supply, so at this stage it's all looking good for Cabrera. Cabrera's in a good space right now. His army supply is high enough that he can just not care about the Reapers anymore. If he sends in, if he gets attacked by Reapers, oh no, he'll just send in the Speedlings and the Reaper will be murdered in the space of a minute or so. In the space of less than that, in fact. If he goes into the main, there is still a Queen there to defend, and the Lings would basically come in and surround and trap and kill. There they go, there they go, incoming Speedlings. And that's why Reapers are not great past the early game. Granis taking a moment to scan just to see what's happening in the Nat. Turns out not a lot. But this bunker here is super important because it contains 4/5 of his army. If there was a Baneling Nest up right now, which there isn't, I don't think. Nope, there is no Baneling Nest. If there was a Baneling Nest, Granis would be dead. Because 7 Banelings would go crashing through it, and that would be the entirety of his army dead. He is not building anything at all. The Baneling Nest is on the way, and actually this could be really bad for Granis anyway, because if he clusters his army up against the front like this, if the rest of the Marines end up walking up to here... The wall was down! Oh my god, he could have got in there, but no, probably wouldn't have been worth it. The thing is, again, Cabrera's in a good place. He can get himself a ton of Lings and Banes up and just smash through this wall. In fact, if he hit the bunker, the weird thing is the bunker doesn't have any better armor or hit points, I think, than the buildings around it. So just hit the bunker and the buildings around will either die or they won't. But there's a big hole in that wall at that point. Or go for one of these supply depots here, and the splash damage will kill the rest of it. Spore Crawl's coming up though because he's expecting Banshees, and it's not exactly... Oh no, he's expecting Mines. Or maybe he's expecting Banshees. But it's a good thing too, because it looks like the mines are going to be real. And having that Spore Crawl there is probably a really good idea. Especially because one of the traditional things that medevacs do is they come in from the back. Which, yeah. I mean, you know, it's a good way to do it. Especially apart from anything else, it gives you a bunch of warning. I like the Overlord positioning as well, because it makes it difficult to hide things off the top. Medevac, however, is delayed. So... Sure, Mr. Bond. There is no third. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Ooh, what you say? The Marines at the back there. The mine not dropping out because there isn't one. Oh, wow, this is just a drop. Stim, however, is a thing. And the Lings are not going in. I'm actually quite shocked. A few drones killed. No biggie. You can replace those. The real damage that's been done here is that the Zerg's been forced to make units when he really didn't want to have to. The thing is, that drop is the only thing that's keeping Granis alive at this point. He hasn't got that much in army supply, and a decent chunk of it is right here. And yeah, all he's managed to do is interrupt the gas mining, which at this stage our Zerg player really doesn't care that much about. But we'll see what happens. This third base, nice and safe from drops, more or less. It's got a couple of spine crawlers at it to stop run-bys from the left-hand side. And it's got a ton of drones on it now. Oh, the drop is real again! Drop is real again, but nothing's happening with the Lings! The Lings! The Lings! There we go. Get the surround. Pick off that Spore Crawler. Don't pick off that Spore Crawler, though, because it's already built. And the medevac takes a bunch of damage. The problem is, Granis is still fighting from behind at this point. Cabrera's actually doing a decent job here. And if these Banelings were up here, Granis would probably be dead. The big disadvantage of the Widow Mines is that they don't pick a target until it's existed in their shot range for a second and a half. So if Cabrera decided to just go at this point, he'd probably be in a really good position to just win. That's the point, though. He doesn't seem to realise that he can. And there's a ton more racks being put down, which means that this window of opportunity for Cabrera is closing. That said, he could just go for muters and crush through and kill off everything in the main, because he's got enough to make 7 muters at once. And that's only going to go up. Oh, wait. Yep, there's the spire. I really want to see Cabrera being more aggressive, though. I really do. Oh, and I like the Spore Crawler on the edge here. The Spore Crawler's on the edge. It's probably not going to do anything, because I think this drop's actually going to go right the way around the back before it drops in. But one thing we do see going for Granis is the +2 weapons is on the way. +2 armor, not so much, even though I think he has the resources to do it. He doesn't seem to realise that it's not there, and the medevac takes a little bit of damage before anything happens there, and did Cabrera notice it? I don't think he did. Now he notices, and now he pulls the entire army up there to kill that off. A few drones being killed, was it worth? Possibly. And that Spore Crawler repositioning to be in a much better position to defend against this sort of shenanigans in the future. Thing is, if Granis now pushes in towards the third, he's not going to realise that he's about to get pounded on by spine crawlers. Yeah, that didn't go so well for him then. Again, Cabrera's in a really good position to just push down this front wall. I'm not sure what's holding him back. I think what might be holding him back is the knowledge, not having the knowledge of what's going on. He doesn't know what his opponent's base looks like. He hasn't sent in this Overlord at all. He hasn't made an Overseer and just sent the damn thing in. He need this Cabrera, if you're watching, is the thing you need to improve on this one, because at this stage, I have a feeling this could be a very quick win if the Banelings made it up the ramp. There's no tanks, there's only mines, and the mines will only go off once the Banelings are here. So, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. There could be a serious meter switch coming up in the future. And there's +1 for the muters. There we go. There's the muter tech switch. Oh, lordy, that's a muter tech switch. The thing is, there's going to be a ton of Marines coming out soon, and Cabrera's army supply is actually only a fraction ahead. Third base going down for Granis. If Cabrera can get in here and punish this with Mutalisks right now, he'll be absolutely golden. Because apart from anything else, Mutalisks can go from this base into the main, kill off a bunch of stuff, and then leave. But the creep is already here. And that's got to be a depressing sight for a Terran player. The third creep is by your third. Whatever else you say about Cabrera, his creep spread is not bad. I'm missing out on a live creep team roll 3, but hey, it's all Granis' game to throw at this point. And if the Banelings get rolled in now, Granis needs to retreat off creep right now. Like right now. What he's not doing, he's stimming one creep towards creep tumors and praying his opponent doesn't go and screw him over really quite hard. The thing is, there's a ton of units here, and the Speedlings are pretty good unit. Oh, the wall attempts to go up, but there's no way it's going to happen. The mines are going down, but unfortunately, they're going to go off on something that's not really that. Oh, the Banelings take a massive pounding. And the thing is, at this point, the mines could go off and do more damage to the Terran army than the Zerg. This is looking pretty grim for Granis, but no. The Banelings get a good connection. Oh, very nicely played. And the detection means those mines get cleaned up. And the Terran has to retreat back to his own base, which actually means this base could be forfeit. If Cabrera focuses it with the muters, focus the base with the muters, Cabrera. Focus the base, not the supply depots. Base. It needs killing. There we go. Supply depots cannot fly, so they cannot get away. This one, however, can get away if you don't pull back. Pull back. Oh, Cabrera. Why are you risking your army, Cabrera? That thing was on fire already. Oh, well. Cabrera, by the way, going for his 2-2 and getting himself up a bunch more Banelings. Because Banelings are good units and could be used to do all sorts of fun things. Like put a Nidus up at the back here and then send it in. That would be really funny if you did that. I don't know if he will, though. It's not generally seem to be done. And by the way, TJB in the chat saying this is on 420 MLG shit. Yes, you're damn right it is. MLG no-scope Ling attack. 420 no-scope Banelings. This doesn't really have the same ring to it as headshots, does it? Oh well, Baneling landmines on the other hand would be pretty good. 3-2 going up for our Terran player in terms of Uprads. And now the muters are going in by themselves, and if they go around the back, there is very little to defend this base. Granis is actually supply blocked. If the muters go in, the muters go in. If the muters go in, if the muters actually go in, oh my god, Cabrera, what are you doing? Oh, there we go, that's better. If the muters go in, there is actually nothing at the back here to stop them. Just killing all the drones on the mineral line. What are you doing, Cabrera? Why are you stopping? They're right here. There we go. And now Granis loses half of the units in his main. No! What are you doing? You can engage that. Cabrera, no! Cabrera had that base. Oh, no. Now he doesn't. Granis is going to reinforce with Widow Mines. The thing is, actually, that might actually cause a bit of a distraction at the back. But Granis doesn't want to have to lose. He might end up missing those units. That's what I'm saying. Now we see him pushing out. I wonder if basically at this stage the Queen spreading the creep is doing a good job. She needs to get out of there though. She doesn't realise that the scan is real. Get out of there with the Queen. If the scan is coming, so is the Terran Bio. And that means bad things are about to happen. I don't think that was the best place to put the creep tumors down. Oh well. I have to admit, I'd have run a lot further if I was a Terran player. A Zerg player, rather. The army is revealed, and the Banelings are there. The Terran player is close. The mines are going down! And now the banelings are rolling in. The lings are sticking around to try and do some damage, but the banelings are just doing everything they need to do here. The Terran players' bio units are basically trashed, and the medevacs can now be hunted down with no recourse. And that right there was a really good engagement for Cabrera. I don't know what Granis is going to do to recover from this, but it's probably going to involve the Hellbats on the left-hand side. Oh, it's good by Cabrera. He needs to pick up that last one without going in range of the Widow Mines! Oh, Widow Mines! Don't go in range of the Widow Mines! Oh well, at least he knows that the medevacs that are there cannot really be threatened by anything at this stage. There's no Marines yet. It's just Hellbat at this stage, which is actually remarkably weak to Banelings, because the Marines don't do well against Banelings, and neither do the Hellbats, which have to get in range, because they're only range 2 and the Banelings' splash damage is 2.2 radius. It's pretty good, I'm not going to lie to you. And Granis sent this replay in, by the way, so thank you to Granis for the replay. The Infestors are now out. All sorts of shit, including Best Upgrade EU, Adrenal Glands, 20% attack speed on the Zerglings, which basically increases the DPS by 20%. It's pretty damn shiny. They do the same amount of damage per shot, but holy crap, they do a lot more damage. Banelings are up. Infestors are up, which actually really works quite well. Especially because Granis doesn't have that many medevacs at this stage. He has 2 that he's building. In fact, I don't think he has any out at all. He has 2, and Cabrera has just got the opportunity to macro up, to go boss mode. He can get another base up here. Like this base, this base, this base. And there's not a lot that our Terran player can actually usefully do about it. Although I would like to see Cabrera devoting some more queen time to spreading this creep out again, because this means he's going to have to engage off creep. That said, the amount of damage that this army can do is limited. There's only 2 medevacs, and they're going to have to heal all the things. So if Cabrera just goes in now, he's probably going to crush through this army. And the Ultralisk transition is real, because it turns out that neither the Marines nor Hellbats do fantastic damage to Ultralisks. The Marines have to get around the fight. If the armor plating comes up for the Ultras, Marines with 9 damage do 3 damage a shot to Ultralisks. And the Banelings could have a chance to roll in here. The Hellbats are getting in the way, but the Banelings crash on through. Are there enough? The fungal is real. I've just skipped away from the fight for a second, but no, it looks like the Terran player is running out of units and running out of time. Because apart from anything else, his opponent has 24 lava to spend on lings to replace the Banelings that he just lost attacking. Or just spent attacking, I think is probably about the term. And if the Zerg player just goes into the third... Don't throw the Infestors away! Oh my god. Why are you sending the Infestors to the front line? No! The Infestors, why? Oh god, it hurts, Cabrera, why? Oh god. See, the thing is, the 3-3 is good. And it means that the upgrade lead is now no longer anything for Granis. He doesn't have an upgrade lead. He doesn't have a macro lead. I mean, if the thing is, Cabrera needs to realize that this base is here. I think he does, because he did see the worker transition, and he might even have seen the base itself. He can see the base. But he needs to go and kill the workers, and there is nothing to stop him oh my freaking god. Okay, so, 8 Ultras. The only thing they're missing is the chitinous plating. Versus 35 Marines and 3 Hellbats. I don't know, actually. I don't know if I like this. There's the chitinous plating, which takes just shy of 2 minutes. But it does mean that the Marines will be doing 3 damage a hit per Marine, which means that with 400 hit points, I think it is, it will take a lot of volleys. The problem is the Marines can just do that. They fire pretty damn fast. And there's... let's have a look. We'll see how many hit points the Ultras have, because they'll have 6 armor when they pop. There we go. Well, once the chitinous plating finishes, they've got 500 hit points. 500 divided by 3 is... between 150 and 175 shots from Marines. Which means that this is not enough Marines to kill them in one shot. By a long, long way. Also, I like the fact that there's a base coming up here for our Zerg player. Instantly has 15 drones on it, because saturation is a thing. The advantage here, I think, is going to Cabrera, and if he goes and kills off this third base, then Granis is in a world of pain. But he needs to actually go and kill it off. There's nothing here to defend it, actually, incidentally. Nothing at all. So he needs to go and kill it now. There we go. He goes in, and this base, while it was mining, is no longer mining. And actually, Cabrera's got a good position here. He's got a really nice position. The Terran player's got mines and marines and, well, just mostly marines and hellbats with a couple of mines. And the mines aren't even that great against the ultras anyway. Mines need to burrow. And the banelings are getting in there. So are the ultralisks. The ultralisks are dying, but it's taking a long-ass time to die. The mutalisks can sweep in, fight a little, chase them up around the corner. The mules are actually in a world of hurt, and actually the biggest problem here is that Granis has been defeated. Unfortunately for him, he didn't have any marauders out, and while he was making them, you can see it, there they were. There weren't enough marauders out in time to deal with the tech switch. Yeah, the Granis in the chat saying his play wasn't the best here. It wasn't terrible. It was actually a decent force. The problem is he went up against something that he didn't know was coming and then couldn't deal with. In fact, I think chitinous plating. So yeah, the Marines were only doing 3 damage a shot to the Ultras. There's not a lot you can do about that. But thank you for sending in the replay, Granis. It was a good replay, and we appreciated it all. And we'll see you guys in the next replay.